It's just like the power of an Instagram tit really makes us go wild. Then, next thing you know, you're watching Sesame Street teach you how to make a turkey sandwich with mustard. Basic as fuck. No volume, so you just kind of have to fill in the blanks of what they sound like. Like, do you like mustard? Damn, I can't even do the voice now. But damn, yeah. This is what beating yourself to a pulp, except these stories aren't fictional at all. But Uma Thurman, I gotta say, still looking like a Uma 10, Ben 10, Uno dos tres. It was odd? There was a story earlier where a guy, I forgot their name, but they played Tarzan in like a 1968 series. Same year that my dad was born. Like a TV series. Maybe it was either 1968 or 86, which is kind of a wide range to miss the mark on what year it was. It looked like 1968. But apparently, this man he died in his home on September 29th, but is just now being reported as breaking news on October 24th. I don't know how you are literally a whole month late on someone of stature dying in their home. They were found that day, but it's just now being reported. That's gotta suck, Probably just be better just to act like it didn't happen. And boy, the body standards were pretty normal. Nowadays, you got influencers going crazy about taking testosterone. Because, being a natural lifter for 8 years means that I've reached my natural limits. And it's odd because I'm not someone to judge what they do, But apparently if you're a Jeff Nippard, watch out for that throat. Because Mike Van Wyck is the throat goat of science training being debunked, apparently. Which is odd. Someone being against the science behind why your muscles get bigger when every guy's obsession, including this guy, is how do I make this shit bigger? And they get mad at someone being like, hypertrophy. Really triggers people. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know, But yeah, so big YouTuber Alex Eubank has come out. It's come out like he's, exposing something. But he has recently started taking testosterone, so he is not quote unquote 100% natural anymore. Which, it's odd. Not because he's taken, but people's obsession with people's natty status is something that as I've gotten older, I've never been obsessed whether someone's natural, enhanced. I always look at it. The only thing that bothers me was when people try to rationalize, like, the reason why I'm taking it is not for anyone else's approval. It's to, I think in his words, because I deserve to reach a best version of myself, It's not about what anyone else thinks. It's like, you're literally saying the comments of people saying you've looked the same for 5 years and how you basically just look the same, But yeah. I don't know. I think I'm starting to get to that age where I really don't care to watch people work out. Like, I'm starting to hit that age. I'm starting to hit that point in my phase in my life where it's like, I'm not sitting here watching some fucking guy and his split of the long tricep or the median. Delts can't felt those. I don't even know what a delt is, And they'll probably look at me and be like, well, obviously. It's always these people obsessed with their delts, you know. No, you should never trust a guy who's like, bro, do you even train your delts? It's like, do you even train? Or do you just go to the gym and just do reverse chest fly? And then you're just using predominantly your upper shoulder more than your actual back, you know? You get no back contraction. And you probably don't know they contract her back. And that's why she never texts back. But when you slap that booty, boom, boom, it bounced back. Big Sean. Recently, nice album, I gotta say. I remember when Big Sean was considered part of the potential big three. Because what people don't remember, Big Sean was supposed to be Cole, Kendrick, and Sean. And then Drake just like, fuck you. But Sean is just always Big Sean, you know, he's so small. Not in, I don't mean like as an artist. I just mean like the dude's so short and like kind of small, but for some reason he talks big and nasally. Tough acting to Nafrin. But yeah. Ooh, this is a rough open. But yeah, welcome to episode 304 of the Off Review Podcast with Clint Nelson. I'm your host, Clint Nelson. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, most important, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to suck some titties. Yeah, you could tell I am tired. Recording this at 4:40 a.m. Eastern, October 25th, 2024. For the archives. Yes, I'm a little late posting an episode this week. This one will be posted ASAP, hopefully by Friday night, Saturday morning. You know, I'm gonna really do a fast upload on this one. Because you know what? I'm a man of reliability, consistency, and lack of sleeping. It's always funny when people compliment, you know, your look, right? You know, you get nicknames. You let it get to your head. And you know what's funny? I had someone tell me earlier, hey man, you're really looking full and lean. I don't know if you've been, you know, it's weird when people say, I don't know if you've been trying to get leaner, but you got leaner. It's like, no, I haven't. And I've not been trying to get leaner. It's called lack of eating. It's called no time to eat. It's called no time to do shit. And you forget to eat. And that's the thing. We've become accustomed to not doing one of the few things that we are designed to crave. Now, I don't mean from a hunger standpoint. We are meant to desire food. We are meant to desire love. But most importantly, we are meant to desire what that mouth can do up and above God's hands. Yeah. Whew, God's good. But no. You know what? I'm not a man of faith. I have been always, you know, it happens like every year and a half to 2 years, you know. It's always someone like, have you thought about, you know, have you thought about converting? Have you thought about, you know, finding Jesus? You know, that whole thing. And I always say respectfully, no. But Jesus is more than welcome to find me. God, that may be the most condescending thing a flawed male can say. But you know it's not condescending? His creation is going to full maximum potential. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, shake it all about. But you know what? I'm a big fan of just the belief of something bigger than yourself. So that's one thing I will always respect, you know, regardless if you believe in Jesus, you believe in, you know, Himalayan salt. You believe in the Egyptian Sphinx, King Tut. Whether the Egyptian pyramids were even possible to create by humans, I don't know. I believe in your ability to think or have a belief outside of yourself. Because, I will say a flaw about mine as a man who is unreligious is that I think because I've developed my belief system through life experiences and things of that nature, I tend to think that my way of thinking is ironclad because it has worked, because it works for me. It's the way that I have naturally floated. I have artillerated through life, I don't even know if that fucking makes sense. Artillerated? Who the fuck am I, God damn it. That's a fucking cockroach on the ground. It's always weird when you're doing something where it's coming towards my feet. It's like Jaws, but except it's got jaws. And boy, yes she does. But yeah. Sorry, sidetracked. Woo, sidetrack. But railroads aren't, there's like, have you ever drove across a railroad that didn't have one of the big signs to put it down? And you're just like, I know this railroad's probably been inactive for the past 30 years. There's no way a train could possibly go down this. But you're still just think about driving over and randomly one day you just see one coming at you. Stop this train. It's odd. It's odd that we just have a shitload of railroads out here. What the fuck am I talking about? Oh, this is what happens when you record when you barely slept. But yep. I don't know. Would I want to be paid off my opinion? Sure. It's easy. You just say what you feel. The world responds. They either care what you have to say or you don't. But imagine every thought and opinion you have has a price point attached to it. You can't even have just a genuine, I have an opinion about something and worry about if it's going to financially affect you. Am I going to lose sponsorships? Am I going to lose my ability to be visible to the public because of an opinion one may have? That's a scary place to be in, Everyone wants the power of having thoughts and opinions, but they don't want to have the responsibilities and repercussions of if those things go awry, I'm someone, I take great pride in being who I am. I'm a proud man. Nah, that sounds a little ugh. But I'm a person of great integrity. I don't need the Bible to tell me so, but I know I'm sounding like an asshole turning people off, but you know what? Woo-hoo. Burp it, baby. Burp it, baby. I am just someone that, oh God, I'll be yawning more than Santa Claus when he forgets the coal at Mrs. Claus's bridal shower. Because, Santa Claus is definitely in an open relationship, There's no way that thing is sustainable. Being home 364 days of the year, that's got to be one hell of a trooper of a wife, Talk about going to work once a year. That would be, honestly, people oh, I wish I go to work once a year. But, the thing is, there's something when you're in the routine of working, it becomes your daily habitual habit. When there's, you have to do something once a year. Think about stuff we have to do once a year. Go renewing our tag. Think about how much of a hassle it is. Like, I have to go do this. It's like, oh. And not only that one day, you're not just, like, doing some shit for 8 hours. You are going the fucking Hong Kong, the Sweden, the North. Well, I guess you start in the North Pole, right? You're going to Greenland. You're going to us fuckers down here in the U.S. You go to fucking Beijing. You go to Taiwan. You got to deliver gifts to China just for them to be like, hey, we don't consider Taiwan a country. Then you're like, well, these gifts through UPS say otherwise. Oh. Or maybe there's just a different Santa Claus for every country, make it more sustainable. Maybe really there's more than one Santa Claus. Ever thought about that? Shipping and handling. We just think there's this one guy going around a sleigh. Dancer and Prancer and Venus and Vixen. Don't you recall? I'll rain on your dear park. Shittiest water in the game. That and Dasani. The fact that it's called water is criminal. I could pee into a water bottle. Dump it in a cat's butthole. Them shit it out. Be like, meh. Scoop it in some kitty litter. Filter it out in a strainer. Pour it in a Dasani water bottle. And you could not tell the difference. It might even taste better. At least it came from a natural source. Not these fucking bullshit added minerals. How the fuck do you add minerals? It's like when you go to like Bath and Body Works and they have those little lotions and it's like, oh, it's made with minerals. Soft scrub. And you're like, if it's so soft, why the fuck is it so rough on my skin? Gotta love the soft scrub where it just feels like a bunch of fucking cocoa anal beads rubbing up on your forearm, I will say it does smooth it out. So yeah, that's the truth, I just got, I got a few bones to pick out there. I got a few bones in the graveyard. I see dead people. Dun, dun, dun. Every time I see bones in the graveyard, I just think of the Lion King. I think of hyenas. I'm not the biggest fan of hyenas. Are like, they're like cats mixed with, annoying. They're kind of like big squirrels that meow and then laugh at you, kind of like when you're in middle school, and a girl is laughing at you at lunch because you're sitting by yourself with the WWE lunchbox, thinking like, man, I'm cool. But apparently 7th grade, it's too old to have a WWE lunchbox. It's like, yeah, well, that's why you're eating Flamin' Hot Cheetos for lunch, bitch, because your mom didn't make you anything. So you and your dumbass wannabe mean girl vixen wannabe video shoots and a little scrappy music video, guess what? I'm enjoying my mom's slightly better than Sesame Street's mustard and turkey sandwich instructional. So get your gray poop on breath ass out of here. Because you'll be impregnated by a guy named Chester. No, he got the red powder, all right. I don't know. How would it be to snort Cheeto dust? I'm not a big snorter of Cheeto dust type of guy. I've always heard about bath salts and angel dust. But it's ironic. Angel dust is considered pretty demonic. But we have a pretty heavenly name behind it. Like, who wouldn't want to do angel dust? Like, if I do angel dust, like, let's say an angel, dead skin cells. Because, angels are, I guess, dead. But not really. They're alive. They're forms of a living dead. Is that what angel is? Like, angels and demons are forms of the living dead. Because they were dead souls, but they have a living presence to make you feel uncomfortable, but they can't actually kill you, but they could put you in positions to put your mind in such a place that you don't even know who the fuck you are. So, conjure on that one. Oh, Jesus. Whew, I am winded after 20 minutes, which, us guys can all relate because I get full effort regardless. Most girls out there would be like 20 minutes would be a blessing. Don't worry, I included foreplay in this episode. I forgot what that introduced, but yeah. I got rough hands, I'm starting to get the rough, manly hands. I think I'm starting to get to that, damn, you work a real job type of hands. And then, but I'll be. Once you move up and up and up, it'll be, your hands will get softer than your ego. Bunch of softies out here. Bunch of softies. I'm a big fan of soft stuff, I like soft stuff. I'm a man. Here's the thing, right? Not to get too serious here, but I'm a man. I just love soft skin. I just love, rubbing the back of your hand, caressing the girl's cheeks, specifically the lovely lady. And there's just something that's relaxing about smooth skin, Us guys, we have the most bumpy, unconditioned, uncared for body parts out there. Like, I saw a story today. A guy transmitted 3 STDs without actually penetrating any of these women. I don't know how this is possible. But I'm just saying, man. We got issues out here, I think one time I put in a rap about, I used to say the wildest shit, bro. I talked about, inseminating semen through a turkey baster into a woman's vagina or some shit one time when I was younger. I used to just say the dumbest and wildest shit. I don't even know if that's actually, because I feel like technically once your semen is exposed to air, I think for more than a couple seconds, it dies out. So let's say you let it go, Let's say you accidentally get some on, I don't know, the vacuum, right? And then 2 hours later, oh shit, I got some on the vacuum handle. So you wipe it off, you throw it away, but then you're worried man, maybe she'll take it out, and then maybe she'll take it out of the garbage of the quicker picker upper I cleaned it up with, and maybe she'll take some of the wet, dried up follicles and try to inseminate inside her. So I don't think that's actually how it's possible, but somehow as guys, we just find ways to do dumb shit, And I'm a man. I'm a proud admirer. I'm a big fan of doing stupid shit, because I do feel like all stupid shit leads to good shit, which will limit the bad shit, which just means good or bad, it don't matter, cause of shit. God, ever been worried about your body so much when you've gone to think about the last 3 times you've gone to the bathroom, right? Just think about it. Think about those experiences. Were they intense? Were they easygoing? Were they uncomfortably hot? I gotta say, man, I did something I'm not proud of. This is 100% a true story. Now, how it starts. I'm in the parking lot of a Chipotle next to a Home Depot. I get my Chipotle. And it's always when you gotta use the fucking restroom. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my food from Chipotle. It didn't look like anyone was in the restroom. I go and I'm about to literally, squirt my last pair of clean underwear. Try to open door is locked. I'm like, of course the fucking door is locked. So I'm like, whatever. I need to get some gloves anyways. This is the only thing that will rationalize me going to a store. It's like, if I got a shit, might as well come out with a bit. And so I went into Home Depot. Of course the restrooms have got to be all the fucking way across the goddamn 3-mile store. But whatever. Name of the game, right? I go... And it's always every time you gotta take those, like, where the ones that are just gonna immediately smell the second it comes out of your asshole, right? The ones that come out like chocolate pudding, melted pudding, because you left it out all day and it's been 9 hours, and the Publix cookie is more of a brownie at this point. It's basically just gonna be a liquid gold, right? And so you sit on the toilet, and you ever so self-conscious? Here's what I do. Here's a little trick I do. Here's inside the bathroom with Clint. Inside the stall. If I know I'm about to just be letting it out, it's going to be pretty smooth coming out, Not much resistance, where it's basically just going to be a sewer system, It's going to be a sewer system before it goes into the sewer. Is that as the shit's coming out, I flush it behind me. Now, you got to be careful, because as you're doing this double duty shit, you got to be careful, because if it's a splasher, while it's flushing, if it's a high intense flush, because some of these toilets fucking flush hard, and when your butt is still sitting down, it may splash up. And it's not one of those Japanese toilets where it's to clean your ass. It's just the shit that came out of your ass, cleaning your ass a little bit more. And now you got some weird brown shit on your ass that wasn't there in the first place. So, yeah. It splashes. So, yeah. Oh, God. But, yeah. I went to Home Depot, took a shit, came back out, got some gloves, go back to my car, and then some guy who moved from Japan last week to raise money for a friend in Ukraine, which, I gotta be honest, this happened earlier today, and throughout the day, something didn't feel right about it. And I'm starting to think, like, man, I think I got scammed. This man walks up to me when I'm in a Chipotle parking lot. Have you ever felt like someone's exaggerating their accent? You can't say it, right? Because the guy was quote-unquote Japanese. He looked Japanese, right? But he didn't speak Japanese. He was speaking English, but like almost like in that I'm learning English or I'm not very good. But at the same time, looking back, it's like this guy wasn't really struggling that much to speak, right? I think he was low-key hitting on me too. Now I think about like, ooh, you a big strong man. And I'm like, okay. You very young. That's the way he sounded. I'm not generalizing, but he came on to me with a group of bracelets. And in the group of bracelets, he said, it's from my friend in Ukraine. Supporting Ukraine. It's like, so let me get this straight. You left Japan because you had a friend here, out of all the places in America, to come here, to go around trying to sell $16 bracelets, bland-ass bracelets, to raise funds for Ukraine, but you don't have any money. Copy that. In the moment, I fell for it. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you know what? I feel for this guy. But when someone walks up to you when you're eating a bowl of Chipotle outside your vehicle, you're kind of in a vulnerable decision. You're in a vulnerable place. You're just like, this is kind of odd, but cool. That's the truth, you know. That is the truth. Yeah, that dude definitely was a scammer. But I got my bracelet, so something came out of it. But if I'm missing, you know, my whole bank account, Social Security in a day or two, I know where to go. But you know, Cash App and digital, man, has made us just look past a lot of sketchy shit and be like, well, you know what? We're in a digital world, but no digital girls. Still gotta conversate. Now, unless you have a lucky lady like this guy. This fucking guy. You know, but I deserve it, you know. I deserve it all. Good and bad. I'm a person that always feels like I deserve it. I'm worth it. Gay as fuck. You gotta know your best self. And I'm like, right. Know your best self. You know, I was once told a story about, here's the beauty about being your best self. Your best self receives the worst of your best self. Think about that. Your best self receives the worst of your best self. Let me break that down for you. Well, it's not. It's just a bunch of hogwash. And I hate that term, hogwash. Because, you know, there's nothing wrong with a hog if they're washing. You know, a little mouthwash for a hog, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, as long as they're not a ball hog. Huh? Because if you got balls hogging in your mouth, ain't nothing I can do for you. But, you know what? I'm a man of fine capacity. I am committed to the game. Even though I've never really listened to the game. 99, 100. I gotta admit, Drake's verses on that are kind of corny. They're hard, but they're corny. Keep it something 99, make that 100. It's like, congrats, you're just adding up math and shit. Cool. Cool. I love when rappers count shit up to let me know they can count. I love when artists try to. But you know what? I say that shitting on rappers, but then the plain white tees, ironically, I'm wearing a plain white tee, even though it's not plain because it's pretty damn dirty. There's only one thing to do. 3 words for you. I love you. Oh, yeah. Damn, I almost fell asleep for a second. But yeah, you know what would keep me up? A little streak in the pants. You know, I think we all need to shit our pants. Like, I think the human body is a beautiful thing. Like, it kind of like knows when to humble us. Things will be going good, you know, you're feeling good, you're, you know, eating, you're exercising. Then you just shit your pants one day. You're like, damn, I'm not in control of shit, you know. I can control the 3-second eccentric, but I can't control the shit coming out, you know. But I'm a good shitter, you know. I feel like I'm a natural at it. Like, I'm very versatile. I think that's the biggest thing. You gotta be able to adjust your shit, you know. You gotta be able to be like, hey, you know, this is gonna be a big old log cabin. You know, it's going to be like the size of the log cabin syrup bottle. Or the shit's going to come out like the shit in the syrup bottle, except even more fast. It's going to have some NOS attached to it, you know. Talk about a need for speed. And when you are in one of these public restrooms and you've got to do one of those, I think the uncomfortable part is not the other people in the toilet. Because you know what? Every time you're in a public restaurant, or anytime you're in a public restroom, whether that's at a store or restaurant, like, someone can't judge from being in another stall. Like, we're both committing pretty heinous acts right now. But when there's someone peeing in a urinal and you walk in, it's like they saw you go into the stall. So now you're self-conscious. Like, you know, if I let this one go, how much noise is it going to make? Then when you got to go back out there in the store and they're getting their lug nuts and shit, they just look at you like, this guy dude's got some smelly shit, you know. Like, cause I do judge people based off how their shit smells, you know. Not that I'm going around sniffing your shit, but when it's just so abrasive, when you're like, God damn, man, like, do you eat any regular food, you know? You eat any peanut butter jelly sandwiches, or all this shit just fucking Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A, you know? And that's the thing, eating out just makes your shit, you know? Shit's supposed to be good. Like, shit's supposed to be so good that in a worst case scenario, if you had to eat it survival-wise, you have a chance. But with the shit we be eating, our shit is barely edible, which is why our shits are either pure liquid or just pure stiff rigid, you know? There's just like one big ruffle chip, you know? You know, I'm a rigid guy. You know, I'm not someone, I don't adjust. And you know what I was thinking about earlier? And this is actually like kind of a pretty well-rounded point of view about something. I think we gotta be careful with someone looking disciplined, but they actually are disciplined, right? Don't assume just because someone's in great shape that they're very disciplined, for one. Like, like, in my experience, here's the thing I realized about discipline and being undisciplined, right? Being disciplined in the purest form, meaning being a pure disciplined person, means you have discipline in all principles, in all environments, and you can adjust your discipline to adapt to succeeding in those environments. Having discipline in your own little world where everything's got to walk around your routine, how you wake up, if I feel like it today, like all that shit. That's not discipline. That is carriaging. That is you're packaging things in a way to appear to have your shit in order, right? When he's all in order, you got shit in order. Oh, but yeah. God damn, I am so fucking tired. I am not exaggerating one bit, but man, I will push through it, because you know what? I push people all fucking day. They give me nothing but their effort. The least I can do is give y'all mine. So all you got is effort. You can get by a lot. You can make it deem like you know what you're doing more if you just look like you're giving effort. That's the crazy part. You could literally be doing nothing of substance, but if you just look like you're giving effort, all is forgiven. And that's how low the standards are. It's just effort. Like, all you need is effort and everything will be fine. You know what else is fine? Being a lovely, lovely child of God. Oh. But yeah. Is it Miss Frazzle or Frizzle off the Magic School Bus, you know? I don't know what's so magic about it, you know? Is a magic school bus really just supposed to be one psychedelic trick of special ed students that really is their imagination that's taking them? Because really, special educated is actually the more superior educated, the more critical thinking, the more interesting way of putting it together, Instead of just being caught in the, what the fuck am I talking about, dude? I have just slept walk for the past, I ain't just sleeping, bro. I am asleep at the wheel. If I was behind a wheel right now, they would realize I have an expired license, because I'm getting the fuck pulled over. I ain't even gonna lie to you. God damn, I'm so fucking tired. No, I'm gonna power through. Like a Power 5 school, they don't like to call it Power 4 now. It's the Big 4 school. Which is like, we have so many teams, but we lessen the good divisions. Copy that. Oh, Jesus. Adopting lingo. I'm a big fan of adopting the lingo. But, I think it's like some of my, I think there's something that someone important to me said one time. They said, if you buy a house where the walls are soaking wet, how do you expect them not to fall on you? Boom, mic drop. And really, it's just because of the textiles and mildew. That mildew. But yeah. The moral of today's pod is I'm tired as fuck. Marvin the Martian is, I guess, technically Marvin for now. But apparently it won't be forever. So yeah. That was episode 304 of the Offbeat Podcast with Clint Nelson. I'm your host, Clint Nelson. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Most important, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to suck some titties. I'm so tired, I can't even open my eyes or look at the camera. Oh my god, I'm so fucking exhausted. But yeah. This is the pre-exhaust. You know what? If you're one of those ass wipes that they need a pre-exhaust to get a pump, you just haven't eaten or sleep. Yeah. So yeah. That's my two buckaroos. Yepperoo. Hi. Day, morning, night, and evening. Yep. Alright. Have a great one. Meet.